Thank you very much. Any other contribution?
The point I want to talk on is the guarantorship. Now, it's a good project, but as I have seen, as it goes, guarantorship will be a problem. Because if you look at the number of the guarantorship, like 2 guarantors, there will be time you will need the loan, but you will not get a guarantor. Because even now, I have seen people who wanted to apply, but guarantor is their problem. So if you can consider the guarantor, like you make it one for the personal, because you are taking only 70,000, you yourself and 1 guarantor, I think that can guarantee 70,000. If not, it may bring a problem. Like if you look at the GTU, CCU, that is a problem there. You want a loan, even 20,000. You go around the whole country for a guarantee is a problem. Because guaranteeing somebody is not safe. It's a risk. Because we have seen some here, guaranteeing somebody, that person disappeared. You the guarantor, you are suffering. So if you can consider that point, you reduce it to a 1 guarantor. Thank you.
Please tell us your name and the ministry or department you come from, please.
My name is Pamaso Job, a teacher at Oyudum Low Basic School.
Thank you very much.
From Sinchualai.
Great.
My name is Fatukan from the Personal Management Office. I have 2 questions for Ms. Aminjai. Does the $25 administrative fee mean that having the loan is automatic? And also, you talked about daily wage earners and people on contract, but what about grade 1s as well? People on grade 1.
That's a good question. Now, can we allow Ami to respond to at least these 2 questions, and then we move on, so that at least everything will be clear. Ami, the first issue is about the guarantor thing, and then that of the 5% fee that they're charging is. Does that mean automatic qualification and stuff like that?
Thank you for those 2 valuable questions.
Take your mic.
Yes, with regards to the first, that was just a request, and I guess the board members are around, and then the governance structure is subject to a review after 1 year, and maybe with these comments we will some of those issues will be considered once the structure is being reviewed, because as of now nothing can be done as far as there are rules which has to be followed, but when it is subject to a review, some of their these suggestions could be looked at the board level. Yes, regarding the application fee, purchasing the application form doesn't give you automatic, if you don't meet the requirements, have the requirements, you cannot get the loan. And then the other issue is that we know we are resource constrained. Not everybody applicant will get it. The reason why we've started, we've charged fees, attached fees to this application form is for it to take care of the, the logistics that are involved in, processing the application form in terms of printing. And then, we have to use a lot of, papers, printing, and also take care of the cartridge and so forth. That's why we've been charging, and $25, dollars is for per form. That is the main reason for that. And then, if you are on grade 1 and you are confirmed, you are entitled to the loan. I think these are the questions.
Now, on the personal loan, what is the minimum, that's the ceiling, the minimum and the maximum for personal loan?
Yeah. For the personal loan, the maximum amount you can get is $70,000.
And the housings and the car, or do you buy the car itself?
No, for the personal loan, the maximum is $70,000. For the car loan, the way it is calculated, you have a maximum. There's a ceiling, but your grade determines what the ceiling you can get. That is, you multiply your grade by 10 years, time 12, and then you divide by 2, because whatever you are taking shouldn't be 50%. Shouldn't exceed 50% of your net or gross. If it's car, it's gross salary. If it's your housing, it's net salary. Okay. So that is the calculation that is done, and then that will tell you the ceiling you can get.
Now, before going back to our participants, 2 things. Normally, loans attract interest? And if you contract a loan, how long do you have to repay the loan?
For personal loan, the interest is 2%.
2%.
And you can, the maximum years you can pay is 5. The loan repayment period is 5 years for personal loan.
Okay.
For the car loan, once you apply for a loan and it's given, 50% is right off.
Okay.
That is, if you, let's say you apply for half a million to purchase a vehicle, government pays half of that, and then you pay the remaining 50%.
Okay.
And then the interest will be 5% on that.
Okay.
Of the 250. And then for the housing, the percent is the interest rate is 1%. Okay. For housing. And then the maximum also you multiply it based on what that formula we use. That is your net salary multiply by 10 years times 12, and then you divide by 2.
Okay.
That will give you the maximum ceiling. But even with that maximum, I think the key thing when we are doing the calculation, because your remaining length of service also plays a key role when we are doing the calculation to determine how much you can get. Let's say with your grade, let's say you're applying for a housing loan, and you want, let's say you're applying for, let's say, $500,000. It says, the structure says if the maximum period is 20 years to pay it. But if you have less than 10 years, your remaining length of service is 10 years. That we have to look at that. So 10 years will be, that is what we will look at, because in that instance you cannot pay it in 20 years, but you are expected to pay it in 10 years. So your remaining length of service also plays a key role in determining how much the actual amount.
The conditions for this loans scheme is very attractive, and that's deliberate, because it's a retention strategy. That's why I see very clear that it's only available to those who are in the public service. So we want to tell everyone that public service is the place to be. It's glorious to work for your public, because no one will come and do this for us, and it's duty of the government also to create this kind of incentives. No one will give a loan, personal loan for 1%. We know the prevailing rates at the commercial banks. This is only available in the civil service. No one will give a housing loan for that rate. So these are the policies of government aimed at attracting the qualified people who deserve and who are loyal, and they want to come and work for this country. So that's why, in fact, we have this interaction to encourage more people to come into public service. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much, Mr. Fadel. Do you have any other contribution? Yes?
Mangi tuda Sidi Njai. Mangi St. Charles Luwanga. Low basic. Mangi dega mana kujel loan, personal loan. Febi mungi wara neka juromi at. Te ñi retire bokkuñ ci. What about ko xamne nak li dess pour mu retire ñetti at la wala ñenenti at ndax koko dana mëna am.
Okay. Jërëjëf laaj bi baax na.
My name is Ibu Edmond Mendy. I am from the Department of Agriculture. The question I want to ask has to do with Madam Jai made mention of the fact that you don't give small loan or small amount of money that may not be enough to embark on a building project. And I want to ask, in the event a person succeeds in getting this loan, is it possible along the line to get a supplementary loan if he is not able to finish his project? Is it possible? Okay. That's the first question. The other one I want to suggest is in connection with page 2, 5.3, that's housing loan. The statement there looks very technical, and to a layman, I think it needs to be simplified. Legible civil servants will be given a housing loan not exceeding 50% of the 10 years current net salary of the applicant. I think that statement is pregnant, and I think